Hi, everyone. It's Chap. Welcome to another Small Nuggets Big Change with my good friend, Dr. Christopher Jones. Thank you so much for subscribing to our podcast, checking out all the great content we're giving you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Like, share. That's how the channel grows. That's how we can keep putting out content. We'd really appreciate it. Also, consider joining our podcast. Mine is Cutting the Crap with Shap, and Dr. Jones is Seeing to Lead. We'd really appreciate your support. So, today's prompt is when the curtain closes, and it's actually one of my favorites. So I'll just mention this briefly. I coached cross country for many years, and I remember, I don't know who kind of said it to me, but one of the things was racers are won and lost in the middle when nobody's looking. And the concept behind that was, it's always easy to kind of, challenge yourself and put your best foot forward when everybody sees you. But when nobody's looking, then what are you really doing? And that's kind of like when the curtain closes. So when you're out on stage or you're out in public or whatever you're doing and you're putting yourself out there, the question is are you doing those same things when you're not getting all of that attention? And that's really critical because it's all about building really positive habits. If you're constantly like putting on a show and then, you're not in the spotlight anymore, there's a tendency to kind of do something different than what you normally did. And we always want to be authentic. We want to be our true selves, whether we're by ourselves, out in public, presenting, or whatever we're doing, because that's what people really see. And we always want people to see us for who we are in an authentic way. Now, again, that's not always easy because there are times where we do kind of like, if you go in a business interview, you're going to be a certain way because you're trying to get a job. But generally speaking, we want to be true to ourselves. I know that as an educator, coach, trainer, I try to be my authentic self no matter who I'm with, no matter what's going on, because I want people to realize that this is really me, not some fake me. And again, you have to take a step back and think there are always certain circumstances where things might be a little bit different. But if you are being true to who you are, then people will know where you stand. They'll respect you for who you are. And you won't have to worry about being different in certain situations because you'll be comfortable just being who you are. So I can't wait to hear what Dr. Jones has to say. I'll be back with a wrap up in a little bit. Thanks again for all you do. You are awesome.
Hey everyone, Doc Jones here. Another episode of Small Nuggets Big Change, a show designed to help you take small nuggets that my good friend Craig Shapiro and I offer up and make big changes in your life. Now, the way this works is we offer each other prompts and we don't know what the other person's going to say until the wrap up afterwards when we listen to it. So we both take a shot at what that prompt is to see where we land on it. And this week's prompt is when the curtain closes. Now, this is one of Craig's prompts. I have an idea about it. I'm going to take a run at it. But the first thing I want to do before I take a shot at this prompt is to thank you for taking the time to listen to this. And thank you even more for taking the time to implement some of the things that we're talking about, some of these small nuggets to help you with big change. What I'd like to invite you to do right now is subscribe to this channel. Make sure you give us a comment, like it, but share it out. Share it with people so that other people get this and other people can hear this. And we love the feedback that we get from people, maybe some ideas, some thumbs up, thumbs down, what you liked, what you didn't, what worked, what didn't. But on to when the curtain closes. So what I think about when I hear when the curtain closes, I automatically go to drama, theater, stage, performances, any kind of performance. When that curtain closes, that's it. That's a wrap. That's the end of whatever scene was going on or whatever activity or action was occurring at the time. And so when I think about that, I think about there are often times in our lives when the curtain closes. Now, not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. It just happens. There are parts of our life that the curtain closes and that part of our life is done. That thing that we were involved in, that feeling we had, it's over. And no matter how much we try to get it back, no matter how much we try to get that event back, we can't because the curtain has closed. We can try to recreate it, but now think about how many times you've driven to a place that's kind of far away that you don't know in your car. That trip there seems to take forever, and you see all kinds of different things. And now compare that to the trip back. When you're coming back, it goes quicker, and you don't notice as many things because you've already traveled that path. And the idea that we can recreate certain events in our life, it can't happen. We can try, but it's not the same. You never step in the same river twice, is one of the sayings. So I set all that up. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because, look, that means that everything you do, every activity you take part in, you need to be present. You need to be giving your 100% full attention to, 100% effort to, because you're never going to get another shot. Sure, it might be a rerun, but we just discussed that. So when the curtain closes, it's over. And now think about this for both good and bad. When you're doing something and you're pushing to be successful, you set a goal, you get that shot until that curtain closes, till you're out of time. So make sure you make every bit of use of it. And then when the curtain closes, it's over. Win or lose, pass or fail. It's over. Move on, set a new goal. Think about negative things. Things are going bad in your life. You have some hurdles you have to cross, some roadblocks that have been thrown up in your way, some people actively working against you. That curtain's going to eventually close. So what you need to do is push through that because it's not going to last forever. That curtain is eventually going to close, and then you're on to the next stage. And you'll be okay because guess what? You have survived every challenge that you've faced thus far. So you can keep surviving them because that curtain will close. So when the curtain closes, to me, means that be present, give 100%. You only get one go at it. And if it's something that's bad happening, that's all right. Put it in the rearview mirror, get through it, get past it because that curtain's going to close and it won't happen again. Hey, thanks for taking the time. Check out Craig Shapiro, my good friend's website, podcast, YouTube channel. Cutting the Crap with Shap is a good way to find him. He is great at all of those. And this is a project we're bringing to help you out. I've also got Seeing to Lead. And remember, we're always grateful for you taking the time to do this. Now, go do something before that curtain closes, or keep pushing until that curtain closes. Remember, you can do that because you are awesome.
Hi, everybody, it's Shap. I am back with a wrap up for Small Nuggets Big Change when the curtain closes. Oh my. I really hope that everybody was listening to Dr. Christopher Jones, my good friend, co-host of Small Nuggets Big Change, because he knocked it out of the park. His response was something that caught me off guard, and it was truly special. So I want to thank you, Chris, for being a good friend and being the man. So as Chris described, each time we do this, one of us gives a prompt to the other, and we don't listen to it until the wrap up, and I'm doing the wrap up. So I had no idea what Chris was going to say. I already had done my first part, which you just watched, but I love what Chris did. So I kind of talked about being your authentic self. When you come out from behind that curtain, be true to who you are. Don't be fake, because people will always know that. But I love what Chris did. I love it because he talked about the life experiences we have. So when that curtain closes, things are over. We've just done something. He talked about making a trip on the road. And when we first make that trip, we see all these amazing things. And we're like, wow, check it out. And we come back, it doesn't seem the same because we already saw some of those things, whether it's good or bad or whatever it is. That life experience has come to an end. And it's up to us, according to Chris, which I totally agree, to embrace those challenges. Good, bad, average. When we deal with life, I guess, activities or situations, sometimes they're great and then they're over. Sometimes they're okay and then they're over. And sometimes they're tough, but they're still over. When that curtain closes, don't open it up again. Move on to something else. Yes, we can always have those memories, and that's okay, but we cannot relive the past. Good, bad, or otherwise, we need to move on from those things. We can take little tidbits from it, but we still need to move on. And I love how Chris really focused on the life experiences we have and being willing to take those challenges in an authentic way. He had a really nice way of summarizing things. And actually, what he said is something I really agree with. I wish I kind of would have started with some of the things he said. So, to wrap things up, kind of remember, I talked about being your true, authentic self, no matter what situation you're in, because that's how people see you. And Chris talked about those life experiences when they're over and the curtain closes, take something from them and move on to something else. Everybody, just a reminder, please subscribe to our podcast. Mine is Cutting the Crap with Shap. Dr. Jones is Seeing to Lead. Leave us a comment. If you like what we're doing, please tell us. If you don't like it or you have a suggestion, tell us as well. That's how the channel grows. We really love putting out content and we really appreciate your support. So if there's anything we can do to help or you have a topic, please let us know. Thank you again for all you do because you are awesome.